guys, Joe Blue back again with another episode of Filth Behind Cheaters. I know it's been a little while since I've actually made a video. I've been dealing with all my computer issues, and now that that's sort of concluded, I can get back to making some videos. And I'm going to do a No Footsteps special today. We're going to go through all of the clips, some of the best clips I've had of this year, showing No Footsteps, so that there's basically no argument that No Footsteps are a thing. I know that people still will, because cheaters are going to keep denying this, and it's probably going to be the last stuff that I do on No Footsteps for a while, because I can't just keep doing that all of the time, and I'll probably be looking to make different kinds of videos soon. And but without too much of a long intro, we're going to go straight into the first set of clips. The first ones I'm pretty much going to use straight from my most recent streams, so that I don't have to record for them, and I'll just edit that in and put that into here. And then we'll go over all of the clips that I have from this year, and we'll start from the oldest to the newest. Unfortunately, once I got my new computer, I did have to delete about 400 gigs of all of my Hunt Showdown footage, cheaters and whatnot, that basically happened from the year before, that I'm just never going to be able to get through. So lots of like cat avatars and all kinds of stuff of videos I was going to do that I never got around to doing. They're just basically lost now. I just don't have the time to go through them all. I need to keep better organization of my clips going forward, so that it's quicker and easier to make videos in the future without wasting much more time. Let's get into the first set of clips, and I'll catch you later. There is someone behind me as well. What? Where's this bow coming from, bro? Get fucked. Where the fuck is this bow, bro? The dude is above me on a metal roof making no footsteps, bro. You can't be fucking real, bro. The guy can't be on a fucking metal footsteps fucking bowing me, man. Look at this, like, no footsteps, bro. Like, you never saw him once. Never saw him once on the, he's not there, he's not on the roof. He's got to climb up on the roof, so you don't hear him climb up on the roof. You don't hear the metal footsteps going across the metal to the edge twice, because he would have had to have shot me once, moved back, and then moved back again to shoot me again, because he wasn't on top of the roof either time. Look, he's hitting me from the roof. I'm like, what? There's no one there, bro. This guy gets clapped. Look, like, he must have stepped over at that exact moment to hit me. Like, look, he's there, he's on the corner. He was never there. He was never there, bro. Like, this guy literally no footsteps to shoot me on top of the roof here. Like, the other mates just to lure me out so that they have knowledge of my location. And then just no footstep kills me again. It's just so fun when no one can hear where you are. It's just, it never gets old. It never gets old. Just like my opponent never standing a chance against me. It makes it so interesting and so fun to play. Every time. Never get bored. Oh, we got 115 KD from Ukraine, apparently, with some monster's face, reptilian eyes, and 6 games on a 7-year-old account. You can tell that they're just superior people because they need to use cheats in order to win. They have to use no footsteps. They've got to have every advantage. They'll tell themselves that they're superior and that they're better than everyone else, but they have to cheat in order to win. Like, they're doing the thing that proves that they're inferior, but somehow are able to condition themselves to believe that it's the opposite. It's insane. And what's this like? What was that? 5,000 bounty? Like what? 5,000? Sorry, 53,887 bounty. So basically, more or less a brand new account as well. Whoa, no footstep cheater. The dude just got killed by a no footstep cheater, guys. You saw it. You all saw it, bro. The dude got killed by a no footstep cheater. It's just spectate bug. It's being abused even though he was upstairs. You clearly heard he was upstairs. This dude, he just got killed by a no footstep cheater. Don't tell me there's an error occurred. Got to watch it on YouTube. Watch it back on the YouTube quality. There we go, ready. Like he's looking down there like he knows he's over there. It's like he looks like he knows he's down there. Let's go back a bit further. Probably didn't hear due to Pearl. He doesn't have that perk. He doesn't have the silently put down traps perk. There you go, so that's that debunked, isn't it? Just another example of the people that are killing me. Okay. Always the cheaters, always the sus players with the names, always gonna tell you. It has to be this because that's the only way to explain it. But then he doesn't have that perk, so you don't have that anymore. So he knows he's upstairs. He knows he's upstairs. He can hear him. No footsteps. Oh, he's got footsteps. So he knows he's dropped down. He's up there. He stepped out, no footsteps on the roof. He stepped out on the roof, no footsteps. You hear footsteps around here. Footsteps at the back over here somewhere. Bro's sliding across the ground over here. You saw him move across. Let's go back. Slidey man over here. Sliding round corners. Looking down the crack over here. I think that's him there. Maybe not. Maybe it's this one. You did see a glimpse of him go past. Yeah, that's him there. That's him for sure. That's him for sure. So we know that he's moved to here. We know that he's not moved down here. So we know that he's in this corner tucked away right there. And then he comes round. Fucking one little footstep, then all of a sudden he's sliding forward with no animations. Fucking, yeah, right, bro. Like, all of a sudden, like, you heard, like, what? He moved to this corner here, no footsteps. Then he moved to about here, no footsteps. Then you heard some footsteps, and then he comes sliding out even further. So footsteps to about, so you hear footsteps to the corner. Then he moves into the corner, no footsteps. And then he moves up to here with no footsteps, makes footsteps, and then slides out with no animations with no footsteps again. Whoa, no footstep cheater. The dude just got killed by a no footstep cheater, guys. You saw it. You all saw it, bro. The dude got killed by a no footstep cheater. Killed by no. There you go. Like, how can you deny it anymore, man? Like, you've seen it. You're just gonna say that it's a bug that just coincidentally masks his footsteps when he moves from one corner to another corner, and then when he moves again, just happens to just cut his footsteps out again, just so that you can't hear where he's moving to, just at the right moment when he's coming around corners. Okay, starting with this first clip right here. So I'm basically like, hear these people over here. And there you see I'm basically shot by this person that steps round with no footsteps. Let's just go back a bit here. So we can hear footsteps here, different team over there. I go to loot here, you hear somebody on metal over here, but it's like somebody around here somewhere. Right here. And then you see this person here just step round here on the right. We go back here frame by frame. We can see them, mute this, sorry. You can see them literally coming around here on the right. Go back. You can see them right there. They stepped around here. There was never any sound of any footsteps at any point coming from this side of the map. We can hear the people under the side running around, but never were there anybody crouched footsteps or any kind of footsteps coming from this side here. Let's go back. Go all the way back because I know that people always want us to talk about you should play the full clip. Like, you don't really need a full clip when you're talking about no footsteps. Like, they either have footsteps or they don't have footsteps. But we'll come back and we'll play it through and just listen. You'll never hear any footsteps of anybody from this side of the map. And there we are, no footsteps. Less than 1 KD player as usual. 29,000 bounty, that's not a lot of bounty. It's like maybe 50 to 100 hours maybe. Fortunately, I don't have their profile anymore, but I'm pretty sure I did do this clip on stream, so the profile was seen whenever this clip was actually done. And I will just say here that there might be some clips here that have been shown in previous videos. I just can't remember if I did them or not. I know that I took out the ones that I had done videos on, but I couldn't remember if I'd done videos on all of them. So there might be some clips in this episode that have been done before, but we'll go on to the next clip. It's like, how'd this dude get there so fast? Like, and like hardly any footsteps. Like, how does it even get the angle to even get me there? So apparently a trio. I think this might be a bounty clash, maybe. I thought this was a regular. Um, maybe I was in trios by accident. I think it's a bounty clash, maybe. Then again, people wouldn't usually take beetles into a bounty clash. I think maybe I'm just in a trio by accident. So you think, okay, so what's the situation here? You've got like what some other dude around here somewhere. You got a dude piloting a beetle. He's got what we're gonna say that the dude's already in the building. If the dude was in the building, why wouldn't he be telling his partner, yo, there's a dude literally right on top of us, man. You want to get out of beetle mode, right? Why is he not warning his mate that I'm here? Like there is some noise to my right there, but like one step or shuffle or something. Then you got some running on wood. This is his partner on the left here. Right, and then somebody falls, like they drop down from somewhere, like they drop to the floor somewhere. So, like, I know that's shown in the past, people with no footstep cheats that fly in the air, and they'll jump up in the air, and then they'll walk along, and then when they stop, when they jump again, they fall to the floor, they'll make a landing sound. So this guy's just fallen. So he's either up top, and somehow he's been up there with no footsteps and dropped down, or he's somehow no footstep jumped in the air and he's just landed to like move to here. So he's like with some shuffling around here, and then all of a sudden you hear a drop around here. So somehow he's moved from the corner of the building, if he is in the building, and got here, or he's like wall hacked and no footsteps his way across into the building over here, then dropped down, or something like that, right? And then literally right there where there's a falling sound, he's stepping out here with no footsteps, crouch walking. And then look at this angle, like he's going to get this shot on me here? Like really, he's getting this? As I step across here, I'm like literally behind cover. Like he's there. Like you can't even see this there. Where am I being hit from? How am I being hit? Because when we spectate, like he's literally right in that doorway still, where we saw him pop out from. So really, that's the angle that he shot me on. It's just like how when I poked around, you couldn't even see the dude. Like he ain't there. I mean, I can try and brighten it up in post production, but I don't think there's anybody there. But somehow I step back and then I get a hit. I don't know how I'm getting hit from this window, unless he moved across to get a better angle on this side. But then he would have to have had footsteps. He would have been making footsteps to move into that position. So it's just like there's just multiple instances here where it's like, how does he get from place to place, seemingly making no footsteps? So we hear that shuffle right there. So we make the assumption that, okay, he's in the building already. Let's just make that assumption and say he's in the building already. So we know he's in that corner of the room, but he never reacted to me being in the vicinity, never reacted to me jumping onto the metal, jumping down here, and he never warned his mate, his teammate who was in beetle mode, that I'm right there and you need to get out of it. Quick time. Right, so these footsteps are the other persons, his other teammates, and we don't hear anybody else moving in the building that I jumped down on to get down here. Right, so the footsteps that you heard to my right were like coming from this corner of this building, so he must be there. So how does he get from there to making a dropping down sound here and then stepping out with no footsteps? Right there, he's just jumped down, literally jumped down, and immediately he's already started stepping out with no footsteps. And somehow he's able to move and maneuver without making any footsteps and gets this angle when I'm actually clean behind cover. Like, I don't know how you're getting that. No idea how you're getting that shot in. I should have checked where the shot actually came from, but I don't think I ever did. So that's unfortunate. Just click through here. No, I don't have a look at it. So yeah. So I don't know how that guy's moving with seemingly no footsteps from position to position and able to make that shot, but somehow he did. But we're gonna move on to the next clip. Okay, so somehow this guy here was able to get to this door and just be there to open it without ever making any crouching footsteps whatsoever. Let's just go check this again. So somebody runs up on the left. I've been here for ages, right? There's 2 footsteps here. We get 2 people running. Well, and this guy just happened to run exactly to the door, crouch there and wait, seemingly not knowing that I'm there, right? And then I take out his mate, and then he just happens to be at the door, ready to open it without any footsteps, never having to actually go to the door and then open the door. Oh, look, and they have a barcode for a name as well. So just over 1 KD, 100,000 is that? Points, bounty, so pay for some time. But yeah, pretty much. So you hear 2 footsteps, and then one of them stops, the other one comes around the corner, I kill them, they open the door and they blast me. People are just going to say, well, he just ran to the door and then waited at the door. And it's just like, well, one, how does he know that I'm there to not just go through the door straight away? You'd have to say at least wall hacks. Or he came around, they didn't know I was there, and when I took out his mate, he wasn't close enough to the door yet, uses no footsteps to get to the door, and then opens the door, and then takes the shots at me, and then he has footsteps, right? But let's move on to the next clip. So we've got this player Terry here, how he's just able to keep running alongside, taking these shots at me, but seemingly having no footsteps. So watch again. So you hear footsteps there, he takes a shot. But then he takes a shot again, but he hasn't moved. But somehow he's able to get this shot on me, so he must have come around the corner, but like no footsteps. Again, I'm holding up the dynamite. I'm sparking the dynamite. You can hear footsteps over the sparking of the dynamite. And he must have come all the way around there to get this shot on me, and he had no footsteps. And you can definitely hear footsteps over the cooking of a nade. So footsteps takes a shot. No footsteps takes another shot. I think the other footsteps are from his mate that are up here. You see him there. So you got this dude here, and then you got this guy here. So he takes a shot on me there. His mate here has footsteps, but he doesn't have footsteps. And then he must swing all the way around here. He must swing all the way around here as I turn my camera. Swings all the way around here and takes a shot at me. Like, can't see him. But literally, the damage indicator was fully to the right. We saw where he was. So we can see that this is the dude here. This is his partner. Most of the footsteps that you hear are from this guy here. But this guy is able to basically come all the way down here, take shots at me, no footsteps, swing all the way around the right-hand side here and take a shot on me around here. He's got to swing all the way around here to get that fully to the right shot that happens. We see where the damage indicator comes from. So I don't know how he gets that shot there, but he gets that shot. And he must come all the way around that rock to get this shot. And bang. It's a fully to the right damage indicator. So he swung all the way around that rock with no footsteps and just took me out. We'll have a quick look at his profile here. His stats at least 116 KD, 18,744 bounty. So basically brand new to the game. And here you have no footsteps, probably wall hacks as well, because he just seemed to know when I wasn't looking and then came around the corner. I don't think there is an openable window on this side. The only openable window is the one up top, I think, through this door. So it seemed like he's upstairs. So here there's footsteps. Then you hear somebody open some windows or something from upstairs. But then literally as soon as I turn my back, I'm just getting shot in the back. Synapsis 93. You never heard anybody land or hit the ground. If they jumped out of a window, you never heard the huh, or like the vaulting or the falling or the hitting the ground. It's just completely silent. As soon as I turned my back, they were shooting me. Less than 1 KD. A lot, nearly what, 200,000 odd friggin' hours here, but like as less than 1 KD. All this rank, all this prestige, but still got less than 1 KD. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes perfect sense. Like, do you see anybody here that could take a shot at me? I don't see anybody around here. But as soon as the back's turned, I get hit. From 13 meters away, the distance of that of the walkway or whatever outside of that building is probably about 15-20 meters. So they were basically all close to me, but somehow as soon as my back was turned, they must have dropped down, didn't make any falling sound, and just immediately started shooting me, or they came from around the corner. Like, it's hard, you can't even tell where they came from. So we've got this dude right here who clearly had no footsteps. Let's just go back and watch. So we can hear everyone else's footsteps. So we can hear people running at the back through the sound of the banish. I can hear people on my left running around, jumping around. And this guy's literally just walking forward here, literally no footsteps. And you're going to go, oh, but it's the fire that's doing it, it's the fire. Well, you're going to be proven that's not the case either. So notice how that this dude stepped out, no footsteps, right, and took shots. But you can still hear the other dude's partner on the other side of the fire clearly moving around that you can hear. So you can't go, oh, you can't hear it, it's because of the fire. The fire's obfuscating the sounds. No, you can't say that because you can literally hear his partner moving around freely and you can hear their footsteps through the fire. Literally hear them jump in and footsteps pitter-pattering through the fire there. But this other dude that's over this side, you cannot hear their footsteps. And there he is again, moving around like no footsteps. But you can hear his mate over here making footsteps through all that fire. Literally over here, you can hear footsteps happening over here. Look, you saw him step across, no footsteps. You can hear somebody's footsteps over here on the left through the fire, but then this guy literally just goes across here, no footsteps. You see that? He tried to do it sneakily. Like, while he's getting up, I'll just quickly go away and they won't see me. They won't see me go across with no footsteps to the other post, so they won't know where I am. And you can hear his partner's footsteps on the left fully through the fire, so you can't say the fire is obfuscating their footsteps. You can hear plain as day their footsteps, but this other dude, you can't hear their footsteps. Literally pre-firing me there as I attempted to go around the corner. Before I even got around the corner, dude's taking the shots. That dude's probably got wall hacks as well. And yeah. There you go. You see that the dude's clearly moving around with no footsteps when you can clearly hear Le Grand Popeye over here, clearly hearing their footsteps through all of the fire, but the dude in the Reaper skin cannot be heard when he's moving post to post, sidestepping and walking around all over the place and seemingly taking shots, pre-firing before you even come around the corner. I was just about to go around the corner, then changed my mind, and they took a shot anyway, thinking that that's the way I was going to go. So clearly signs of wall hacks there as well as having no footsteps. So I get killed by this dude down here with like no evidence that he was ever there. I didn't really think that he was necessarily cheating at the time. I just thought he was just being a bit of a rat camper, but later you will see that he seems to have no footsteps. And his name is Rajin. Is this a way of saying I'm raging, like I'm rage cheating? I don't know. Not suspicious for wall hacks there at all. Not suspicious again for wall hacks. Like, what? I know they've seen the door open, but like, firing before you even seen the target? It's things like pre-firing. Again, seemingly taking shots where they are. It's like, I don't know, man. It seems a bit wally to me, man. But then, how did Rajin get all the way here? So at least two people both inside that building. One of them must be Rajin, right? So somebody on the left, somebody on the right. One's crouch walking, the other one's further along down there. But what? To get there? Or that fast? No footsteps? When you literally just heard crouching footsteps not too far away through the other side of the wall. Like, what? Yeah, crouch walking here, crouch walking there. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. So like what, 4 seconds from crouch walking inside the building, 4 seconds to whip round here, no footsteps, and hit them with the bomb lance. It's a little bit suspicious, man. A little bit suspicious. Do I see Rajin's profile here? So 1.6 KD, so super suspicious. And it was like 321,065. So he's paid for quite some time. 1.6. He's never prestiged. Yeah, a little bit sus there for no footsteps. Just how he got around there without making a single step and just bam with the bomb lance there. And that's that clip right there. As you can see, if we go back about here, I think. Further back. Right, so we hear somebody, they're outside, they're on like the walkway, we hear metal footsteps, possibly on the stairwell. Either on the walkway or the stairwell, but there's a dude there, footsteps on there. You literally hear a couple of steps around about here, and then all of a sudden, when you hear those steps there, all of a sudden he steps out here, no footsteps, and you can't hear him, but somehow he's gone up the stairwell and he's made it all the way around here, knows exactly where I am, looking straight at me, so the dude almost certainly has wall hacks, and he's gone up the stairwell all the way around here, made a couple of steps here, and then has stepped out, no footsteps, looking straight at me, and takes a shot and kills me, and he shouldn't really know where I am. So in this clip, it's just like one person seems to be making a lot of footsteps, almost seemingly on purpose to mask or hide the fact that his partner has no footsteps. Now, this person's already killed me once before, and they did have some weird footsteps where I couldn't quite tell where they were, but they were above me. They killed me. It's like, fair enough, whatever. And then I get revived, but when they kill me the second time, they literally basically run at me with no footsteps. You can sort of see them in the distance. I should be able to hear them, but all I can hear is his mate's footsteps upstairs making all the noise, and I can't hear this dude step out and kill me. There we go. They sort of stepped out of the distance there, and we'll just pull it back a little bit. So literally from around here, they come down here and they take a shot at me. I tried to get out, and they must move in a bit further to get the finishing shot on the angle. So they never had any footsteps at any of those times. Yeah, and you can see the animations move forward, and they didn't have any footsteps. They hit me. I run for the door, and they must move forward more in order to get the additional angle on me in order to finish me off. But you never heard any footsteps while any of that was happening. And of course, his mate's just upstairs, constantly running, making footsteps, just to obfuscate the fact that he doesn't have any footsteps. So move on to the next clip. Okay, so this one is going to be a point of absolute contention. It might not be no footsteps, but I am just going to put it in there because I think that it might be. But people are just going to say that it's the splashing in the water that obfuscates the footsteps. I'm pretty certain that if I'm running through water and I can hear people even on grass running around, I'm pretty certain I can hear people moving around when I'm running through water and I'm trying to get to the other side of a river and I can hear people moving around. I'm pretty sure I can hear those people moving around even when I'm splashing through the water. So when I've got a dude a few feet away from me on wooden floorboards running around, I think I should be able to hear those footsteps happening. However, I don't hear them footsteps happening, and which makes me think that it's no footsteps. But you might disagree, and I'm prepared to say that I'm wrong on this one, because it might not be no footsteps. But I think the way in which the potential that he uses the no footsteps would be the kind of behavior I'd expect a no footstep cheater to use no footsteps. So we'll watch the clip. Let's go back to this clip again, sorry. And so this guy gets up, he died here, he revives up. You hear some footsteps, he moves along here. He gets to about here just as I splash in the water. But then if you look closely over the ridge line of this box, he moves all the way across here to this corner, seemingly with no footsteps, and then he steps around with footsteps, and then I blast him. We'll just watch it again. And then he steps out with no footsteps right there. Right, but we'll go back. So here we go. We're going back in time. And you see his head there on the ridge line. And you can see how he goes all the way across. So you can see him there. There's wooden floorboards as well, which is quite loud. You see that there? It's like all you see him there. You don't even really see him come across this bit here. Let's go frame by frame. Oh, maybe you do. Maybe I'm just don't have the angle for it. But it's like you only see him like appear from here. You don't see him ever move from this point here. Maybe I'm just too far away and I just don't have the angle to see. But there is quite a lot of room here. Like he does have to move across the top of the box. It's almost like he skips that entire bit. It's like he runs to here, no footsteps, and then he just appears from here. And you can say, yeah, the splash in the water will hide the footsteps, maybe. But I can hear my mate's footsteps to my right. I can hear his footsteps, like banging next to me. So I can hear footsteps through the water. This guy's like, what, maybe 20 meters away? Like, it's within footstep hearing range. Like, if he's running across there, you'd think you'd hear some evidence of him, of his footsteps, right? But of course, why I'd say like I think it might be no footsteps is because it's the usual behavior to move from one corner to the next corner where you're trying to maneuver around and throw your opponent off. This is the exact moment that you use no footsteps. This guy probably thought he could move across this box without me seeing him, and he'll toggle on his no footsteps. He's probably got wall hacks on, right? Because see, this box is there. He probably thinks I can switch no footsteps on now, run across this box. He won't see it. I'll come to here with no footsteps, and then I'll step round with my footsteps, and then he'll be looking over here, and then he will hear my footsteps, but he'll still have a reaction disadvantage because he'll be looking over here, and then I can still potentially kill him and make it look like I'm not cheating, but it wasn't enough, and I was still able to react to it. And again, it's just like even when he's moving across, he has a weird look to his model, like something's happening to his model, like maybe the evidence of using some kind of speed hacks, even though he's not necessarily moving faster. But it just seems weird the way it looks as he sort of like goes across the top of the boxes. The way he just sort of glides across is exactly how I'd expect somebody to use no footsteps when they think they can't be seen. That's the only reason why it's here. Like, I could be wrong. The water could be what's obfuscating his footsteps. But this is exactly how I'd expect somebody to use their no footsteps when they think they can't be seen and think they have cover to be able to use it. It's just the exact, well, say, textbook usage of no footstep cheats. And that's why I've included it here. Even if I'm wrong, it demonstrates how I think that they would be used, how sneaky they would be used. Yeah, this one's a bit of a weird one. I don't know why I deleted the original file on this, but I did originally play this clip on stream talking about how I had this game where I saw this dude with no footsteps, but the Steam recorder garbled it up. For some reason, Pop Player plays the uh, the video file more seamlessly than the other ones, but I ended up recording it on OBS just to ensure that I had it recorded that way, but for some reason deleted the original file even though I'm using Pop Player now. I don't know why I did that. So I'm essentially, this is a recording of the Pop Player version through Pop Player. So it's a bit strange that I did that, but it's still a bit jank, and it's, you might not say it's good enough to be used because it's still very garbled, but I think it's still a lot better that you can see this guy with no footsteps basically. So he has footsteps as I go inside. You see this shit, bro? You see that? So you can hear somebody there, footsteps on my left, so there is somebody with footsteps. He takes a shot. I think there's a step there. Then look at this shit. Was he fucking sliding around fucking behind me there with not a single step being made? It's a real shame that this can't be seen. Look, he's standing right here. So somehow he's got there. He wasn't there. He must have been here somewhere or something like that. And he's moved around here with like barely any footsteps. Let's just mute this and go frame by frame. What frames there are. Obviously, you can see that I'm going frame by frame, but there's literally no frames there because of how garbled the video is. But you can see he's moving across here. His feet is there. Look, he's moved across there, and his feet haven't even. The animation hasn't even changed. Go back animation. Has he moved? Like, yeah, because look at the outline of where the blood is. He's away from it, but his animation hasn't like changed. There's sure there's frame missing here, but like it looks like his legs haven't moved, like he's just sliding around with no animations. Like he's moved again, but his feet are still in the same position. Look again, his feet are still in the same position, but like he hasn't making any footsteps. There's no animations on his legs. But unfortunately, the video is just too garbled up. But you can see that his animations aren't happening. That he's just sliding around. He's literally come from somewhere at the back here, and he's literally sliding along, ice skating along the fucking floor, moving around with no fucking footsteps here. Yeah, but that's it. But unfortunately, the video is just too garbled. I mean, some ways, luckily, Pot Player is able to actually piece the video files together in some way that makes it somewhat watchable. As before on VLC Player, it was just like fucking Benny Hill show. It was like just all over the place. Like you couldn't watch it at all. But with Pot Player, at least puts the file parts into some kind of order. At least it can be used. You can tell going frame by frame that is clearly got no animations, and he is in fact just sliding around the floor. So this guy's got no footsteps basically. Right here in this corner, I'm like, I swear I can hear a hive dying over here or something. So just in this corner here. So somewhere at the back over there, I think I hear a silent shot there. So right behind these boxes over there, there's somebody there. So let me go back all the way back. So this is the start of the game. You just heard the noise of the ready to hunt guy. You just heard the end bit of the start of the game. So this is very at the start of the game. We just go back frame by frame here a little bit, so we can just see this angle a bit clearer. Okay, so we can't see any evidence that there's anybody around here. We do hear later on some silent shots emanating somewhere from over here, and then you've got a hive dying in the corner over here. So the possibilities, just based on that alone, is either he's over here somewhere, there's either a partner over here killing a hive, or he's got like flame rounds on his on a silenced weapon, and he's hitting the hive from a distance to create a distraction so that we look over there and not know that this person's over here. Remember, this is the start of the game. We've ran here, almost interrupted a momentary stop to because of an emulator, but I run on. So if I'm running here pretty much non-stop to get here with almost no interruptions to get to this point, for another player to also get to the same spot here at the same time would also have necessitated them to have also ran to get there as well, which means they would have been heard. So now we're hearing the hive die. Now we're hearing the silent shot coming from the angle that I was looking on, where the train cart and the boxes are. So we hear that there's a shot coming from somewhere over there, and we've got a hive dying somewhere over there. As of yet, we've not heard any footsteps from any of the players, and I'm questioning whether or not I even heard this silent shot or not. And because the hive's going off in the distance as well, there's a little bit of confusion as to what's going on and is there a person there? And I'm like, well, there could be a person there, but we've not heard any footsteps yet, so we're not in any immediate danger. I'm going down here to try and take a look potentially at if I can see anybody around there because of the hive that died there. I don't want to go all the way around there in case I get hit, obviously, so I don't want to look. So I'm just having a little casual look that potentially there's somebody on that angle. Nobody down there then. Let's go back. Okay, so we see down there, and there's no evidence there's anybody here visually at least. Again, someone's just taken a silent shot at us for certain from somewhere over here somewhere. And again, we hear the shot again. Okay, so again, a shot. Sounds like it's coming from up here somewhere. Okay, other shot sounds like it's coming from the other side of this train cart. Again, shot sounds like it's coming from over here, which is pretty much where this shot sounded like it came from originally, the very first time, before the hive started dying. So I'm thinking there's somebody over here, right? Now I'm hearing some gravelly footsteps a little bit here. But that could just be the fire burning, to be fair. But there you go, there's a person right here. Let's go back. Can't tell if it's gravelly or if it's just this fire burning there. But this person's basically been there like the whole time because they took a silent shot from essentially this type of position earlier. We'd ran all the way from the start of the game to get to this point. There's no way that they got to this point without any footsteps whatsoever. I'm fairly certain that this is potentially a solo player here for free. RR is their name. I'm pretty sure they've used speed hacks to zip all the way to the location and that they've fired off a shot from their position to kill the hive to make it seem like there's somebody coming from over there after they've been in that position for a while, in order to make it seem like there's somebody approaching and then they don't know where to look or where it's coming from, right? But this person has got all that distance and they have not made a single footstep. They are here for free RR and they've got 113 KD, a brand new player to the game, or relatively new, probably like 30 to 50 hours, 31,387, but still basically new to the game to some extent. Quite a lot of maxed out hunters for such a small amount of bounty. 31,000, 30 max hunting. I've only got 24. This person's been smashing the game out. And that's it for all the no footsteps that I recorded. I mean, there's so many more that I just didn't record and didn't clip, and I had to delete so many instances from like the year before just to make room on the hard drive, and I need to make room and keep my clips in better organization going forward so it's easier to make videos going forth. But I feel like the possibility is, I think videos in the future I think are going to be mainly made from clips taken from what's happened on stream, because a lot of the times I'm analyzing instances of possible cheat on stream, and it just seems kind of stupid to just clip it and then just re-record it again. Like, maybe if there's something that else I need to add, I can do that, but I think a large part of the videos going forward will just be clips taken from my stream, and I might just do some more streaming for like other games and just repeat the same thing as I think it's kind of easier to push content out when I don't have to just re-record whole entire videos and all the time, because it takes a long time to record them, takes time to record them, takes more time to edit them together, whereas with a clip from a stream, it's a lot easier just to clip it, to chop and edit and keep it as it is for the most part, and just make small edits here and there. But yeah, we're gonna see. I do want to change up how I make videos going forward in the future, and there's probably going to be a lot less cheater analysis videos. I think I'm probably going to be looking at other people's channels and stuff more, and then all the cheater analysis stuff might just end up being for any game that I'm playing, there might just be like a once a month roundup of some of the worst cheating examples that I had in whatever games I was playing. I think that might be the way that it will end up going, rather than a unspecific thing, or I don't know. Things will change anyway at some point, as things will naturally do, and we'll see what happens. But that's it, man. That's all I've got for this episode. There's probably going to be a lot less no footstep examples in future videos. I'm going to focus on other types of cheating rather than the no footstep stuff. I think I've gone on and on enough about no footsteps for a while. You're going to see them, of course, and if there's some really egregious examples of it. But that's it for now anyway, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you all later. Peace. I'm out of here.
They're coming for you. Look, there comes one of them now.